Hello, everyone, and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, tell a friend. Okay, so on the docket today, we have 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, Season 5, Episode 15, Family Manners. I cannot believe they have stretched this to 15 episodes,
How?
but this was a big old nothing burger. And when you have me on the side of the Turkish national, there's something wrong with your casting people.
Okay, I'm gonna preface this for both shows. Both were underwhelming. I couldn't even be
Yes.
I couldn't even be whelmed. I mean, I was trying to be
Yes.
whelmed. Cause you remember what's it? Well, one of those teen movies. What the chick says. I know you can be underwhelmed and overwhelmed, but can you just be whelmed? I was just trying to get to whelmed. I couldn't even get
Yeah.
there. I couldn't even
Yeah.
get there.
It was a long slog. And it's only an hour. Oh, before we get
Ooh.
into this, thank you to everyone who subbed to us overnight. We had a little bounce. Welcome to the tribe. Thank you. And let's welcome everybody in the chat. And I apologize for being late. My plumber just got here. I've had my kitchen again. Mm. Anywho, worst day ever. Day before family arrives, everything I was planning to prep for tomorrow down the scooter. Done.
Yep.
I'm a mess. I'm a mess. No Costco today, so but I do have a Costco corner though, because I always got backup. And I sampled it today.
Ooh.
Yes, I bought it last week or week before last, and I sampled it today. It is so effing good. But you're gonna have to tune into our next show to see the Costco corner. So that's a preview. Let's say hi to everybody. Hey, Tina. Hi, Sunway. Hi, Rodney. Hey, Jamal. Thanks for popping in the Heidi show last night. She was so happy to see you.
Oh, let me see what they talking about.
Um, oh my God, we were a mess last night. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Ryan. Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody. Hello. Okay, so where are my notes for this
You have
trash
notes?
show? I always make notes because sometimes
Oh,
I watch, days before.
gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
okay, which trash box you want to start with first?
Let's get the really unforgettables, the really forgettables out the way. That's Brandon and Mary.
I didn't care.
Not at all.
I did not care. This is beyond me aging out. I will admit, I am too old to understand their foolishness. I am too old. But it is not believable. I just don't care. They could fall off the face of the earth at this point, and I would just be like, oh well.
Same. Just the conversation between. Okay, so here's my fundamental problem with this couple. Besides everything, um,
Hmm.
the conversations they have with Lolo.
Hmm.
The okay, one, her translations are not what he's saying. Like they're not accurate.
Yeah,
Like
no, they're
not
not.
accurate.
Mm-mm.
And then what he's supposed to be saying, his body language does not match the words that she's translating. Like, oh,
Hmm.
Lolo's like when she says Lolo's upset, Lolo's sitting there like this. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I mean, like, there's nothing. They don't match. The period don't match. Like for
Hmm.
example, when she was telling him about
Hmm.
the marriage and all this stuff,
Hmm.
basically Lolo was like, you know, yes, get married, basically get married before the baby arrives,
Hmm.
because this will give you a peaceful life, and these things
Hmm.
won't happen again. Yeah, 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 right. That's what they showed on the little screen.
Hmm.
But when she translated it, and she's like, yes, Lolo thinks it's best that we get married before the baby comes. That way, we'll have a peaceful life. I'm like,
But his body language was saying something else. Because how I was reading it, he was like, "You just another, disappointment in my family. Why my children's children got to be sluts?"
basically his body language is like, To me, his body language said, "Well, you're already pregnant, so you already embarrassed me enough. So yeah, get married." That's what his body language gave me. Like,
Yeah, I can't wait till the village get a hold of this piece.
yes,
Because they're
but
already talking about you fighting and sleeping in the village square and a foreigner we got up in here. And now you're jacked up. Okay, whatever.
his body language just said like we can't sink no lower. That's what his
Mhm.
body language gave to
Yeah,
me. I'm like,
we are total
uh,
embarrassments in this
yeah,
village. Great.
like basically he was like his body language said y'all getting married is not gonna change anything. They still gonna talk
Right.
about us. It's like
Yeah.
it's not do what you want to do.
Yeah. That ship is already sailed. No, I don't think I heard my name.
And
Anyway.
then Brandon's sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna do
Oh,
better.
I'll be right back. I'll be
Yeah,
right back.
yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah.
Coming.
So Brandon was like, he's like, when he sat there and said he was gonna change and do better. I'm like, how? I mean, like, I'm like, it's weird because how are you all of a sudden gonna change? Oh, like all of a sudden you just this epiphany, and then when Mary's like, yeah, you have obligations now. I'm like, well, he's been had obligations. This obligations are nothing new when you're an adult. It's just like I don't care about them. Like Debbie said, we've aged out. Like none of this makes sense. Zero. And here's the whole thing. Lolo understands that his family is name has been tarnished. It don't matter no more. And he understands that he gonna be supporting Mary and Brandon, which is why he's taking that contract work in Manila. And I'm gonna need to talk to Lolo about this. Lolo, why are you the only one working? Why are you and Grandma Lolo working? I don't understand. Why is Brandon not going with you to work? And Brandon, we this just shows me how lazy and a bum you are because you didn't ever offer to go and say, "Hey, let me go with Lolo to get this money." No, what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna first of all y'all gonna borrow money, right? Y'all gonna borrow money to open a store to make I can't even call minimal profit. Was it $18 a month? It's gonna take you a long time to pay back that loan. If they didn't charge you interest. Ryan, I think at this point Brandon's been there like what 2 or 3 months now.
Whoops.
Oh yes, so like yeah, Lolo knows she's pregnant, right? Yeah, because she said so. Like, do you think? Because she said, Lolo, do you think it's a good idea that we get married before the baby comes? So yeah, he knows. They told him.
I feel I don't feel bad for Lolo and Lola. They got a house out of it. Sorry, y'all. It's the garbage disposal. I need a
Oh,
new one. Hmm.
oh,
Yeah.
yeesh.
It'll be the third one.
Well, damn, girl.
Well, no, I've been here since 2006. Yeah, I've been here a while, so not bad.
So they go. So we never had garbage disposal. We just throw the garbage in the little garbage. The sanitation people come and pick it up. So we don't know about that out here. At least I don't.
I can't stand you. Look, I
Sorry.
found one when I bought the place,
Right?
so I've just been
Yeah.
constantly replacing it. Okay.
Yep. It's a creature comfort at this point. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
but I don't shove anything down there because I have a strainer that I pick up and then put into my trash.
Right.
The bits and pieces. Because apparently you're not supposed to put like everything can jam your garbage disposal. So I'm not sure why I have it.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. He's going to go and get me a new one. He's going to install it, and it's just going to be a big old charge in the end.
Right. Bill me later. Shit.
All right. So we're still talking about Brandon and Mary?
I
They
was
have
I
that
was just
much?
I was just finishing up about how like it's. I'm not sure
Oh,
how he's
okay.
gonna change when he's never asked Lolo to go get work. Like Lolo, okay,
Yeah.
Lolo's like what 60 something. We gonna give him a nice 60. Lolo's going to Manila for contract work. Probably taking Lolo with him, but Brandon's not going. Okay,
That can't happen like the next time he goes to Manila. He's going to be taking that young man with him. Sorry, somebody has to pay for those 3 mouths in that house. Um, and yeah, his mom is coming, but I think that she's with the giddy up, and she's going to be mean, and so is Mary. And I still don't think I'll have patience for it, but whatever. Hmm. Who's next?
Who else is on the show? There's Sarper and
Kenny and
Shakina.
Armando. Let's do
You, I,
them because
oh,
they were really
sure.
nothing.
Okay, here's the whole thing. Candy and Armando, let me talk to you real quick. Let me just talk to you just real quick. I'm gonna
Hmm.
need y'all to quit playing with us. We already know. I couldn't even get really through their scene because it wasn't a
Hmm.
bad scene. I know it was meant to be heartwarming, all this stuff, but I couldn't really go along with it because we all know that where y'all was staying is a new place. Y'all put down a down payment. And well, Hannah said, "Well, my favorite part was the school." What child? Like what child says that?
But wait, 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 wait.
Okay,
I when she first said it, I was like, but when I was growing up, my mother, like my brother wasn't living with us all the time. So for the majority of the time I was by myself. And so when I started school, I was really excited because I got to see other kids.
right. But the thing is, the problem is though, I could have. Okay, one, I don't
She's a
believe that
single
part.
child.
She is, but when they're saying like um the school, like yeah, and then they were talking about like how they gonna move and this and that. She likes the city, and like yeah, hopefully, and Kenny's like hopefully the school's in walking distance so we can go take the dog with you when we pick you up. Didn't y'all walk to that school that y'all looked at?
You know, Kenny already got the apartment picked out and in
Yes,
contract. You know
yes.
that. You
That's what
know
I said.
that.
That's what I said. That's the
Yeah.
apartment. That's the apartment, and that's the school. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. He just like how they already had the school picked out.
right,
We was just going to sign her up. We were going to register her. Let's just call it
right.
that. All
Yes,
right. And so they already got the apartment and they're under contract. They put down the
exactly.
deposit, and they put down a deposit at the fertility clinic as well. So, they're just tying it up nice and pretty for us. Good job, boys. Good job. How Ryan do not remember how Ryan do not remember. Hold on. Who the hell was that just called me? How Ryan don't remember Kenny and Armando are one real couple.
Because their realness is nothing.
Ow.
And because well, you already know they've already had this all planned out. It's like, we can't really get invested.
Hmm. Little Hannah is a cutie.
No, she's adorable, but
You know the part I didn't believe though, and I don't think Kenny believed it either. She won't sleep in the same room with that baby. No, not in the beginning.
mm-mm,
That baby waking up every 3 hours.
right.
Oh, but okay. I thought it was strange that, well, I thought it was cute. The one part that I thought was very interesting was that she wanted an older child to be adopted so that because she felt that a baby would take away too much of her dad's attention from her.
Right.
And I thought that was a very kid thing to
Yes.
articulate, and I appreciated it. She was honest. And did you also notice that when she ain't want Kenny to know what she was saying, she was speaking Spanish to her daddy?
Yep.
Why they shade Kenny like that? Oh my god. They're just reenacting their life for the camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the plumber 2 weeks ago. I wanted to cry when the bill came in the mail. Plumbers are incredible. Yes, because I had my plumbers out here in August, and that cost me almost 1,000. So I can't wait to see how much this is going to cost me. He's out going to buy my garbage disposal. Mm. Anywho, come on, they're the best we got out of this mess. I like them. They're fun to watch. Yes, yes,
You
and
know what the
she is a
problem
smart
is?
cookie.
You know what the
Mm-hmm.
problem with them is, and I think I figured it out.
Mm.
So it's like they're actually smart.
Mm-hmm.
They're very they're very smart and thoughtful. And when you put them with these cast of bums, it just doesn't work because we, as the audience who watch, we know what they're doing and we're okay
Mhm.
with it.
Mhm.
So, like, when we kind of have already had their storyline figured out, it's like we like them, but it's not really fun to watch because it's not messy. It's very
Yeah.
straightforward. But we
Mhm.
like them, we adore them. But like, okay, we know what we know. It's like we already know what you're doing. We don't even need to see to know what you're doing. It's the rest of these fools. We need to see how much deeper the hole is going to be dug.
Yeah. And they have been absent for a little bit, but
Right.
they never really had much of a storyline to begin
No,
with.
they were filler.
They were filler for the entire season around all of this unnecessary mess that we
Right.
could have done without. Oh,
They put to me they put Kenny and Armando in here
to make us
to
watch.
make us watch and to get us to Shakina and Sarper's mess. Because remember, Sarper and Shakina only came in a couple weeks ago, so they were like filler bridge. That's pretty much
Oh
all it
my
really is.
god.
It's the truth.
Oh, Tracy agrees with you. Yep, they're filling in the gaps. There's a lot of gaps in this show, though.
Who next?
Oh,
TJ,
uh,
TJ, TJ.
TJ and Kimberly. I didn't care. How you doing a 2 day budget basement wedding, Indian wedding, and you're dragging it out over how many episodes now? And she's still complaining that nobody talking to her. At this point, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want
Okay.
to go on my Google and share what what
Mm.
what it is. Why you just don't ask the event manager at the venue to give you the BEOs, the banquet event orders, and then go and Google what each ceremony means. I'm sorry, but she's annoying. And now her stepmother Lisa is pandering into her. I'll be right back, y'all.
Mm. Here's the thing with these two. Oh, here's my struggle with Kimberly. I can understand where she's coming from, wanting to know what's going on so she can be where she needs to be. But her complaining about them not letting her know what's going on, she doesn't know what to do. This is that. I'm like, ma'am, let's call a thing a thing. They've been treating you this way the whole time. Because remember when she first got there, she's like, I'm not even a part of my own wedding, and I don't get to pick anything out, and yada yada yada. I'm like, well, that was like episode 1 or 2. Like we in episode what something and 15, and their behavior has been consistent. So how are you complaining? My whole thing is this: you don't have to do anything. You're not paying for anything. So what? Just show up with at the time they tell you to, and just sit there and look beautiful. That's it. At this point, you're not gonna know anything. That's ship has sailed. So therefore, just show up and look beautiful. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. She aggravated my nerves. And then poor TJ, he's always trying to, oh my gosh, he's always trying to help her out. He came over, he's like, our traditions are very like complicated, complexities. It's very difficult to translate like on the fly because they're extensive. He said, like, once I'm done, what I can do is I can come over to you and just explain everything what's going on. And I thought that was very nice to him because he's always trying to accommodate her. And then she still complains. She's like, "Oh, I don't think you should have to do all that. I don't want you to like be in charge of everything." Like, well, either you want someone to explain something to you or you don't. Like, which one is it? Like, you want someone else to take time out of their day to explain things to you? No, let TJ do it if he can make the time. Let's see what's going on. Because Kimberly has that something to complain about. Yeah, she needs a personal translator, right? Can you wait? Can we wait till the translator gets over here? I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, shut up. I thought she's choosing not to be part of her wedding. Ryan, I think what it is, she's still salty about the fact that they pretty much planned this all without her. And I think what the issue is that Indian weddings tend to follow a similar formula, no matter who's getting married, based on region, culture, things of that nature. I feel she's still mad that she's not getting a traditional American wedding. I really feel that way. Um, and she needs to get over that. You're in India, ma'am. Just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. That's her main problem. She's not getting her way. I mean, I'm sorry. If all I had to do is show up, be dressed, and look good, and everybody gonna
Mhm.
take, I'm gonna sit there and do exactly that. I'm gonna sit there, get dressed up, and look good.
Don't
Period.
forget, be fed.
Them too.
I
Can't stand.
like she's just annoying. I, can you believe she's ruining a wedding for me?
Yeah, I can.
That's not fair though. You know how I look forward to weddings.
Does TJ
How
want to come?
how did I
I
have
don't
more
think
fun at
so.
Holly's wedding?
Oh, because Holly's hair was the same. She was stumbling, bumbling in her shoes. So yeah, she was She was comedic gold. That's why you enjoyed it more. Let's see.
Hmm.
Does TJ want to come to the U.S.? I don't think so. He's never mentioned it because if he wanted to come to the U.S., he could have, but she's going over there, so I think he wants to stay there.
TJ just want to move out of his parents' house.
Exactly. Hi,
And Yash
Sunday.
wants him to move out of his parents' house.
And anyone should be incredible. I, I mean, I think Debbie nailed this on the head. They went and got the discount package at somebody's Motel 6 India, and this is what they given.
But the venue space is really nice because do you see all
Yeah,
the pipe and drape? But I was a little disappointed that they're using fake flowers. But again, basement bargain package, condensing 3-day wedding into a 2-day wedding. But hey, I wish they had really lathered her face in the turmeric though. That was the most calm turmeric ceremony that I've ever seen. Cause remember on Family Karma, they did a turmeric ceremony and they got that turmeric everywhere.
right. Freedom says, I'm just trying to figure out the real reason he chose to marry this chick. I mean, he saw her in a dream, and that was it.
Tina, I am not putting this trash box show down my brand new garbage disposal that young man just brought from his truck to go and install into my kitchen because I need it to work. I cannot
Right.
afford to break it again.
Yeah,
Oh my
Kimberly's complained from day one, though, and that's the main
god.
issue. She chose to marry an Indian man as part of the package. Of course she knew that.
Why we ain't
Mhm.
see the food stalls yet though?
What food?
Remember he said that last week that they're gonna have food stalls and stuff like that. Why? Where are they?
Food stalls, aka food trucks. It's okay.
No, I don't think they're gonna have food trucks. Like they're gonna have food stations. I think that's what he meant.
Oh,
But
I got you.
in like banqueting terms, like food stations.
I got
Because
you.
I wanna see some of everything. Like I
It's because
basically I was hungry when I watched this episode.
it's because they don't want to see that they got Panda Express. But anyway,
They do not. Don't say that.
whatever.
I can't
Uh,
stand you.
Debbie, she probably complained about the amount of turmeric they were using. Probably.
God.
Once that dream became a nightmare, he should have said, "See ya."
I think he's just looking at the long game of getting out of his parents' house.
But Tracy, like, can it really be disappointing when her attitude's been consistent? Can we really call it disappointing at this point? To me, this is expected.
You just a womp womp womp.
I'm a realist. I'm a realist. All right,
Okay.
who's next? We have
Um,
Shakina and them, and somebody else, right? Oh,
Brendan. Oh,
Danielle.
Danielle and Yohan.
Who do we want to say to last?
Let's get Danielle and Yohan out because I enjoyed Sarper.
Okay, so I'm gonna say it like this: my MVP of this episode was life coach because here's why for me.
Uh-huh.
Because they're sitting there and they're going back and forth, and like he's like, okay, he's talking to Johan. He's like, oh, do you prefer her to talk? He's all, yeah. She's all, see, and then see, this is one of my problems. I always have to take the lead, blah blah blah, right? And but then let's go forward to where Johan's like, well, you said that I'll go work and you can stay home. She's like, excuse me, who? I was like, uh oh, and then she's
She
like,
would have never
no.
said that.
I'm,
Watching
I'm,
her from the
I'm,
first time, she would have never said that.
I'm getting to that part, right?
Hmm.
Okay, this is what had me dying. So he's saying all that. He's like, yes, you did. He's like, am I crazy? I'm like, well, I said to say, yeah, you are. And then it was the look on the life coach's face. He had to look. Nah, she ain't said that. He's like, nah, Pam. There's no way. There's no way she even said that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, because here's my whole thing, and I'm going to generalize this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any woman who's gonna tell a man that he can stay at home and take care of the dog while she go to work. I
Especially
don't
a woman from New York City, the
I,
Bronx.
I don't know any woman. I was looking at him like, who? What? No, I'm like, I'm like, you made me team Danielle on this one, because
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's call a thing a thing. She's a woman, first of all. I don't know any woman who will just do that. And number two, she got some bankruptcies out there.
When
She
he
and
gonna
she,
find out about that?
I mean, she's not living the lifestyle you think she is, Johan. So what makes you think? If she was struggling in New York, right? If she was struggling,
Mhm.
why is she gonna come down to the DR to take care of a man? I'm confused.
Again, I can't. I know I sound like a broken record, but Johan, this is all your fault. When she started bitching about $200 worth of fucking peanuts, you should have said, "All right,
Yeah,
I'll be back. Just
but
wait right here for me,
but
and
Danielle,
then go and find somebody else."
need to keep a story straight too, because on the last episode, you
Michelle.
she said that he's confused about the money he gives her for half the rent, right?
Uh-huh.
But then you talking about how he needs to contribute financially. Them is two different things. So which one is it?
Right. However, he gives her a few crumbs for the rent, right?
Well,
But what about the
Debbie,
other utilities?
we can't say crumbs, because here's why. Of her own mouth, she said he gives me money for half the rent, right?
Right. But what
She
about
said
the
that,
other things? What about the other expenses?
but
Like, and
her
where's
point is
his job?
the
Where's
thing.
his job so that he could fully contribute? Because if
I'm
we're
getting
gonna be
there.
roommates, we're gonna be roommates.
I'm getting there. What I'm saying is, you're saying that he doesn't contribute at all financially,
Hmm.
but he's giving you half the rent with no job.
That's nothing to her. And she
With no job,
feels that his half of the rent is probably nullified once she goes to make his family contribution every month.
right? But she's not portraying the story accurately, which is my biggest issue with her.
Danielle never has portrayed the story accurately.
But this is horrible. Like, when you can see it
Mhm.
like this, like, well, no, you just said this. You just said this man does not contribute at all financially, not working, not contributing, right? But then you gonna say he gives you half the rent money?
Mhm.
Mm-mm. I'm looking at
But
Danielle like,
she also said the rent was paid up for the year.
I mean, that's three different stories, on the same issues.
No, she's smart. What she did was take her non-tax deductible money check from TLC and paid
I can't stand
the
you. Oh, I can't stand you.
and paid the rent
Oh,
for a year on that condo that she got
right.
in the DR, living large, and just taking like whatever little chunk change he could scrape up from whatever other woman that he's seeing in the DR because he ain't got no damn job. Because Heidi keep
Mhm.
on yelling at me every week. Where does he work to find the money to give her? I don't know. I don't know. I don't care.
See, hold on. She wants to use his little crumbs to pay other bills.
She admitted that though. She
Half of the
said
money,
she admitted that.
half the rent money is from the show. They split it in half. That's the only contribution he makes. Up. And I'm glad you said this, Michelle, because I'm wondering, because the way he is acting about this money, I wonder if he saw some paperwork he wasn't supposed to see.
Well, here's the thing: the foreigners don't get paid, so he's probably doesn't want to out her, saying you were supposed to give me 50% of your money from the show, and you ain't
Right.
doing it.
Right. This is what I'm asking. Because he's very adamant about this, and very adamant.
Mhm.
I want to know if he's like, because remember, she's like, we need to sit down together and go over the accounts, and like, and the money, so we can see what's coming in and what's going out. I'm like, oh, we have accounts now.
Of course we
So
do.
But my thing is this. I'm like, this is why I'm going back to the part where did he see some paperwork he was not supposed to see?
Mm. Well,
Because it's
maybe she's still telling him that she's getting $1,000 per episode, like when they first started, and they tell
oh
him about the raises that she's gotten because this is
right
their
third,
third or fourth. This is the third time around.
and they got remember they got upgraded.
Yeah.
They went from like the spinoff
Mm-hmm.
to the main stage,
Mm-hmm.
so they had to come with an increase.
Yep. Well, at least two increases
Right.
that she hasn't told him about.
I, because, I mean, okay, I'm glad we're going down this little rabbit hole real quick because this is making more sense to me because he hasn't been the nicest to her and he's been very sharp about money. Like he's like because on our end we're looking at like what are you talking about? She's broke. Don't you know she's broke? But he's acting like she has money and we're trying to figure out like she ain't got no money. So with this component now, like you said, they started on Love in Paradise. Then they got upgraded to the main
Mhm.
stage. That comes with an increase. And if you're already making a 1K on like the spinoff,
Mhm.
and we're gonna assume you had like a maybe you go from 1,000 to 1,500 per episode. I mean, if you're coming from the spinoff to the main stage, I would expect you to be at least around the 3K per episode.
Yeah, that she has to be because they probably gave her 1,500 to 2,000 for before the 90 days, which was the
Mm-hmm.
last one that they was on. They
Mm-hmm.
started on Paradise, went on before the 90 days. Now
Mm-hmm.
they're on the other way. And I no wait, weren't they on the other way? This is their second season of the other way.
Yes.
Yeah, so she's probably up to 3,000, 3,500 now. And she's just not telling him. And she's probably not giving him anything to boot. So I don't know. It's just, look, she's a grifter, and he just has to take the L at this point. Just leave in the middle of the night with Gizmo, because that's all you're gonna walk away with. That guy from England
So
with
here's the thing.
20.
So here's the thing. So they okay. This is I don't believe you, TLC. They're saying how much do they get paid on 90 Day the other way,
Mhm.
1,000 to 1,500 per episode. I don't really for them. I don't believe that.
That's first season in.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they start them off with.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Rodney Pipe is not worth more for Yohan because he got with a woman that complained about $200 worth of peanuts. If he had gotten with that other lady who bought the Jeep and the apartment for his friend, he wouldn't be complaining now.
Hold
He'd
on,
be he'd
something.
be laying pipe into a shag carpet if this woman said do it.
Give me
So
give me 2 minutes. Give me two
yeah,
minutes.
yeah. Let's see. She's blowing all her money on crystals and herbs from the witch store. Child. She's running something. She's running some scam. God help her if the IRS start asking questions. When is the fight when they argue over the dog? That's what I'm waiting for. When we gonna get to the good part? Hopefully next week, because this can't last much longer, y'all. This was like horrible, horrible. Um, do I think these two deserve each other? Yeah. I have no sympathy for either one of them. That's the honest truth. I think they're both a waste of time. I've had problems with their storyline from when they were on Love in Paradise. Um, Good luck to both of them.
Okay, so here's the thing. So I had to do a little research.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably all lies and deceit, but apparently Danielle's talking about she making a whole bunch of money on social media,
Mm-hmm.
and she's
Doing
flexing like
plexus.
so she said first month like she made like $20 million or something like that, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
because fans were questioning like why would you leave the United States to give up your pension?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, ma'am, if you run around here on social media flexing that you made $20 million in 1 month, Yeah, I'm gonna side with Johan on this one at this point. Sorry.
Well, she didn't give up her pension completely. She just lost a $15,000 portion of it
Gotcha.
for
Okay.
leaving early. Like if she had stayed on for like another 2 or 3 years, she would have had an extra
Mhm.
15 grand in
Gotcha.
it.
Okay.
But she still has a pension, just not her full pension.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Uh Debbie legit if she is evading if she's evading taxes or something in the DR, what are the laws regarding placing a lien against her wages paid coming? Okay, so here's the thing. She's been in bankruptcy. She has creditors here that need their money back. She has a landlord that needs their rent paid. She's down in the DR, I guess because she doesn't want to live here anymore. The thing is that I think they can garnish her wages, but she just has to remember that she's a contract worker, so they're not deducting taxes out of it. So she has to put aside money in order to pay the tax man on April 15th every year. So the, one, I'm not sure she's doing that.
Mhm.
Two, I don't think she could explain that to Yohan for him to understand. And even if you are, as an American citizen, working outside of the country and being paid by an American company, you still owe the U.S. government their fair share of taxes. They will still tax you. And even if you're working for a foreign company, but you're a US citizen working outside of the country, they still want their money too.
Mhm.
You just pay different taxes, and I think they try to collect like 20% no matter what. It's very complicated, and I kind of ignored it when I did it. But that'll be my fault if they ever catch up to me. But um yeah, when I was working overseas for US based companies, my taxes were deducted because I had a US tax I had a
Tax
US
ID.
well, US tax ID and bank account. So yeah, and their payroll system was always set up here. I was attached to a property either in Florida or in New York, or where else was I attached to? I think in Chicago at one point. But I was attached to a US based property so that my payroll would go through there and then eventually get to me, so that taxes could be collected for good old Uncle Sam. So I don't know what she's playing at, especially being on the people's television, so that the IRS can know exactly where she's at. Um, I question the intelligence of some of these people. But okay, girl. Okay, you do you. You do you. One
Was
of
there
the
anything
rents
else
she
you?
one of the rents that she owns is commercial. She isn't going to get out of it. And if she wasn't finished her lease, she owes rent until her lease is over. Okay, so that was like her little yoga um umlaklak place that she was doing her meditation and yoga thing at. So she even owes for that. I thought it was just her apartment, but she also owes for her business. Wow. Wow. Oh, yes, I heard about this. Yes, in that BMW that she was bragging about, she owes a bunch of money for iPass. How do you do that? Because
Right.
our toll stuff down here, our Easy Pass, they be deducting from our credit cards for that shit.
Yes. So down here, what they do is like it's you load money onto the pass, and then once that money runs out, they just hit your credit card after that.
Runs out. When mine gets to $5, that bitch be renewing for 10. I had to
Yeah,
change it. It was 25. The default was 25. Like what?
yeah they hit you like that. And then what they do is, I'm not sure if y'all have the cameras down here,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they record you. They have there's a system where they can record to where if you have no money and your payment declined, what they what they
They
would
send the
do,
invoice.
they
Yeah.
send the invoice.
My
Exactly.
friend, my friend got that when they were switching over systems. um they got one of their picture things in an invoice. I was like, how is that? But it was a letter attached, preface saying,
Right.
there were some slips during the time where we were transitioning on such and such a day. Yours was one of them. I was like, I traveled that day, I didn't get one of them. um but I won't say what they were doing and at what time.
Don't you dare.
Yeah, and mine was, I went through the toll before and they were later on in the evening, so that's why. She must have never updated her credit card in the system once it expired. Oh, see, I be thinking like a law abiding citizen. I think that's my problem. I
Probably.
think that's my problem. Yeah, yeah. Can they take car registration too for non-payment? I don't know. Again, law abiding citizen here. I don't know. Somebody needs to email him in and give him a heads up. No, because he's stupid. He should have ran when she started bitching about those fucking peanuts. Period. Sit there and wait for somebody to take care of your long foot ass. Oh my God. I'm
Anything
so
else with this?
disappointed in him being a skanky panky.
I just, I don't.
Is that it for this episode? Oh, wait, no. Did you talk about
Shakina.
Shekinah?
No, they're last.
Okay. Team Sarper.
Like, okay, so with the situation, here's my whole thing. Like, we knew the sister was gonna come in hot though. Like, we knew she was coming in hot
Mm-hmm.
because she didn't like him from what she kind of was telling her in the first place. So she already, he was the same way as he always is. He's like, no, not doing that. And I'm looking at
Mm-hmm.
Shekinah. I'm like, why are you sitting? I'm like, Shekinah, why are you sitting up here acting brand new? He has been consistent the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting here looking at her. I'm looking at her and Shakaya, like, what's wrong with both of you?
Shreya.
Y'all, oh, what the child? Sharia, Shakaya, what the child's name is? She's a Shah. Anyway, so, you know, the Shahs was trying to gang up on Sarper and he wasn't having it. Period. He's like, no.
I don't blame him for not giving. Like, who is you? But when he said, "I'm not giving them my DM. It's private, like your panties,"
Right? I was like,
I was like,
okay.
"Oh, interesting. What?
But when
Okay."
but when the sister got up and said like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm leaving. I'm going back to my hotel. He's like,
And he
okay,
said,
nice to meet
"Bye."
you. He said, bye, nice to meet you. I'm like, you know what? I can't get mad at you for that. I can't get mad at you for that.
At least he was polite.
Yeah, and went back to cooking his raw meat.
Mhm.
I was
Uh,
hollering at that.
it was. I was Team Sarper as much as I do not like him, but I was Team Sarper because I don't think he did anything wrong. Like even with the bottles, like people keep like Heidi said that she used to have an empty bottle collection, and I
Yeah,
thought it was like weird that Shekinah's there going, "Oh, well, you're bringing your past into the future. You need to get rid of all of those. You didn't have a fucking problem with them before."
that's my issue right there. You had no issue with those balls until what's her name? Shakaya?
Shekinah or Shreya. Shreya is the
Sharia.
sister. Yeah.
Sharia. You didn't have no problem with the balls until Sharia said something.
And the only reason why I know that name is that I had a colleague with the same pronunciation but a completely different spelling because my colleague was from India, as opposed to where they from? Um,
We just know they Amish from Tennessee, if I recall
Amish.
correctly.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's the same. Actually, they taught me how to say it correctly because we all say Sharia, but
Mhm.
it's Shreya. You have to go really fast through it. I was like, I'm gonna spit if I do it that way, so I'm just gonna go Sharia. She turned around, but yeah, I don't know. Hey, Farmata, hello, hello. I wanted more. I wanted to see more about the concoction that he was putting together. His description of it scared me.
Same.
But I was intrigued at the process of making it. I was intrigued. I would not have eaten it because it was his
No.
hands that was making it, and I ain't see him wash. I ain't see him wash them hands, them paws when they came back from picking up Shreya. So I was just like, "Ugh." But yeah, I would have liked to see the process of that. Who is Amish? Shakina and Shreya.
They
And
grew up
yeah,
Amish.
they grew up Amish. Yeah, this show was a bust. I
It was.
cannot wait for this to be over.
But 15 episodes though. How?
I have no idea. No idea. This is torture now, but it is what it is. He could boil his hand and I still wouldn't eat. Oh my God, Tracy, you and me both. You and me both. He could put his hands in acid and I'm still not down for that. And you know me, I'll eat anything, especially if it's street food and deep fried, because deep fried can kill everything, but not from him. No, no. But I'm still Team Sarper when it comes to them two girls. I'm Team Sarper. Wait, what did he tell her? That he weighs her every day
Right.
because he loves her.
Right. He says that he's like, I'm not doing this for myself, right? I was like, okay.
I love him. He's hilarious. He look. He has given us some kikis and kakas.
I mean, because he's just himself. This is just who he is. It's like, wow,
Hi,
okay.
freedom. Oh my God. Anyway, y'all, is there anything else that we might have missed on this show?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So that is the episode 90 Day Fiance, The Other Way, Season 5, Episode 15, Family Manners. Thank you so much to all the new people who joined the tribe. And thank you for joining us today. I can't wait to see your comments. You guys have been giving such really like interesting comments lately. The live chat has been on and popping. We really, really appreciate the engagement and we love it because you make me laugh. So I thoroughly enjoy my time here. Hold on, what is this? He okay, so Tracy said he don't know how to train anyone. He thinks that's being a personal trainer. Oh, did we really see him do anything with that other lady though?
No, and I didn't see any training credentials either because he wasn't in the uniform. So just to give you guys a quick overview, as a trainer, if you work for the if it's a company, right? If it's a
Mhm.
company, you have a uniform, a personal training uniform, of course. But if it's one of those gyms where they allow you to work as an independent trainer, as an independent
Mhm.
contract trainer, you have to wear a credential showing that you have the eligibility to train there. And I didn't see it in none of that. I saw him in basic workout
What does
gear.
a credential look like?
It depends on the personal training space, but normally what most companies will do, they give you an actual badge with the company's logo, with your
Mhm.
picture, and it'll
Mhm.
say like contract or independent is what it is.
Mm.
And in most places it has to be visible so the staff knows like, oh, you're okay to train here, so they don't bust in on your training session.
Okay. He probably had that body partially sculpted by a plastic surgeon.
But he's
Hmm.
also a model. He's also a model too. So I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna bag on. I'm not gonna bag on him. But we didn't get to see much of his personal training style. Just saying.
We saw his stripper credentials.
A part of it though. To be fair, only a part of it because he was too winded after like a couple of twerks and a shimmy shimmy. So I'm gonna give him a little more credit than that.
He seemed to be failing on all points. So Freedom agrees with Ryan regarding being
The sculpting,
sculpted by a plastic surgeon. Yeah.
I could see it. Yeah.
I wonder what he looked like younger. Like we never saw like a clear picture of him when he was younger. No, he can't dance. Can't
But
dance.
but when you look at Shekinah and what Sharia,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get there. Like, do they really look like sisters? Like maybe a cousin.
Right. No, if we look at Shekinah before plastic surgery, she
Yeah.
could kind of look like, but Sharea's had some work done too, just not to
Well,
the
yeah.
extent
Right.
of Daffy Duck, her sister.
I'm just saying. Like, I could see him being one who gets sculpted and do that stuff. And it's not a bad thing. Here's my whole thing. I told a friend of this, and I told her, I said, here's my whole thing with you. I said, you know me. We've known each other for years. I don't care what you do. Never have. If it makes you feel good, do it. I said, also, what she's trying to do on the side. I'm like,
Mm.
if you could, if that could be in the business expense and write it off, I say, go ahead and do it.
Mm.
So I said, like,
I was
if you
wondering about his eyes too, Ryan.
if your looks, here's my whole thing. If your looks are part
Mhm.
of what makes you money, to me, going to get some kind of surgery, plastic surgery, or whatever surgery, to me, that's just a business expense. So that's just how I look at it.
Tracy, none of those 2,500 victims seem to be coming back from war.
But Tracy, my opinion is that he's a swinger, and he does orgies. So it's real easy to get to 2,500. I'm just saying. I'm gonna stand by that.
Shekinah came back from war. Is she the only stupid one who didn't understand what he was?
I mean, but he told her though. That's the whole thing. That's why I don't really feel bad for her. Like he told you exactly what it was.
Oh my God. But you have to love him. They've been together for 4 months and he's been faithful for 72 days.
Yes, yes. That's an achievement. She should feel special.
That's what he's been trying to tell her. Oh God. Oh, I didn't think I'd like him, but I do. I must be weird, but
I'm gonna
whatever.
no. I'm gonna say this for this couple. I had when I say high hopes, I had high comedic hopes because I thought they would be the Barbie couple that would give us some chuckles, especially when we found out he has 2,500 victims.
Oh my God. Okay, so Ryan says, you know, what helped the body count was his stripping parties back in the day. Freedom is going to get plastic surgery done and for tax write off
Yeah,
purposes. Yes, 72 days. Yes, he's counting. He's counting.
he's proud too. Like he is like he no,
I'm proud for him.
dude, like he is so proud. He's expecting like an achievement badge to pop up on his phone and
Mm-hmm.
his faithful app. Like
Mm-hmm.
and it's an app that lets you know how many days you've been faithful. You have to log in each day, like My Fitness Pal, but for relationships. So he's like
Are
okay.
you serious?
No, I'm saying that's what should happen for him. The way he's acting,
Oh, you need to create that.
like
You need to create that.
he logs in. He's like, okay, let me go to my faithful app. Okay, I'm going to the faithful app. Okay, pull it up. It is October 20th. I did not cheat today. And saying when he doesn't cheat, he clicks the little bar that says did not cheat. So it scrolls
Mhm.
over and it goes ping, and it shows up day 72. No cheating. That's the way he's acting right now.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Michelle says Danielle should go to Turkey and get some plastic surgery for a tax credit since she needs it. Oh, I think she looks pretty good, except for her hair extensions. I think she looks pretty good. Imagine what that headboard would have looked like if he wasn't loyal for those 72 days. Ugh.
He would
Ugh.
have no headboard. It just fell off.
Rodney, wank calendar.
Oh my goodness. I can't. Not the Wink calendar app.
Okay, that made my day. That made my day. I love that. I love that so much. I'm gonna leave that up there. Oh,
Oh, Freedom asked
Jamal,
a
close
question.
out the show. Close out the show.
Okay, Freedom
I'll
asked
be
a
right back.
question. Where'd it go? I saw it
Coming.
in. I saw it in the main chat. Where to go, Freedom? Oh, House of Villains. I haven't watched it yet. I'm kind of intrigued, given the cast. But you guys, thank you so much for joining us for this underwhelming the other way, as is 90 Day overall lately. But give us a couple minutes to turn things over, and we will see you for Last Resort. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you soon. Oh, Oh, Sunway. I don't have a poker channel. I have a slot. I have some slot channels, and let me see before I tune off. Let me put it here for you. All right, so there is my slot channel link. I have a couple of slot channels, but that's the main one. Freedom says, "Okay, you know, Freedom. I'll watch it. I'll watch it this
Right
weekend.
here.
I'll watch it this weekend. I'll let you know my thoughts because when I saw the
Please do.
cast, I
They're yummy.
laughed.
I get them from my mom.
So yeah, thank you guys, and we'll see you over for the last resort. See you then. Bye, guys.